We're going to replace the alternator in a '01 Ford F150, and I just wanted to do a video on it because there might be somebody out there that doesn't really know, but you have to take the air cleaner off, the tunnel and everything. 3 bolts in here, and these 3 bolts are 10 millimeters, and they're right on top of the alternator, on the back side of the alternator, and you just have to get them out. And once you get them loose and out, then you can remove the 2 bolts that hold the alternator plus the belt. But now that I loosened up the 3, I'm just going to take them out here. There's one. Here's the second one. We got one more on top to take this bracket. It's actually a triangle bracket that sits on top that has 3 bolts in it that you have to remove. First of all, there's 2. Once you get the 3rd one out, you can take the bracket off. And then once you get the bracket out, you want to take the belt off the alternator so it's not in the way. So you got the 3 sitting right there. And how you do the belt is if you'll come down through here, you'll see down here, there's this arm that goes along here, and it has a square down at the very bottom that this ratchet goes into, and you actually can push it down and get the tension off the belt, and then remove the belt and take the belt off. One here like this is go down. Okay, now when I push it down, Daniel. All right, so it's in there. Just take the belt off if you would, Daniel. If you can get it off of my hand there. Got it. And then it'll release the belt off the alternator. All right. Now that we have the belt off, we can actually take the 2 longer bolts out of it to get the alternator off itself, and that requires these 2 bolts. Pull the alternator out, and then you take the wires off the back. But let's get there. There's one loosened. And the second one's right beside it here. So once you loosen it up, then you can do it by finger and just unscrew them until they're totally out. My project today was not supposed to be Daniel's truck, but to help Joseph get his addition up higher so we can get a trailer under it to haul it. But as you can see, it was really coming down. The snow was out west of town, and it was accumulating, and I didn't want anybody to get hurt. So here we are doing another project. So they're never ending when you have children and vehicles and
houses
to move, and a phone in your face, and but and with the snow and stuff, and not being able to move this truck, we get stuck out in the cold. So I do have a garage, but this truck is not moving because it's
dead.
Been dead for a few days, so I'm worried about the battery freezing, so we have to replace this. And plus, I want my deposits back from buying new ones. They want the core back, and got charged for them. So once we take the core back of the old ones, they'll give us some money back. Once you get these bolts out, if I can ever get them out. This one's so close to the belt now, I can't even hardly turn it without this being down in there. No, it should be loose enough to get it by the belt. And there's the two long bolts. And then once you get the starter loosened and out of there, you can pull it up through here. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say starter?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and it's not a starter. It's an alternator for sure. So once we get it situated where I can get to the wires, we can take the wires off and put the new alternator in. I said starter because I gotta replace the starter on my vehicle. It's doing some weird stuff. It actually, the vehicle will start, but it will continue to try to start even though the engine is running. So I gotta replace the starter on it. So it's another project in the works too. So
Dorks.
You asked for it.
did he call us goons or?
I said dorks.
Dorks, okay.
Dorks.
So we're taking off this wire, and of course I think it just pulled the little tab down and should come right out if my tip don't come off my screwdriver trying to get it out. But should just I don't know what's wrong with it, but if I can get it in there right, it should come right out. There it goes. Pops out just like that. And this one's got a nut on it. Take this little rubber piece off. So now we got the wires back in.